Mother-in-law was shocked to find her daughter-in-law secretly drinking the fish soup she made for the dog. She snatched it away in anger, saying it was meant for the dog who had just given birth. How could a woman fight a dog for food? The daughter-in-law couldn't believe that in her mother-in-law's eyes, her own son meant less than a pet dog. She lashed out saying her words were inhumane. Their argument alerted the husband. She immediately complained, saying their son wasn't even worth more than a dog. The husband was stunned. He couldn't understand why his mother had become so heartless. It turned out the woman was an orphan taken in by the mother-in-law's best friend. Since then she had cared for her like her own daughter, even arranged her marriage to her own son. She was both daughter-in-law and adopted daughter. The mother-in-law used to shower her with love. Neighbors all praised their close relationship. The mother-in-law proudly showed off the gold necklace she gifted her. But one day, after overhearing whispers from neighbors, the mother-in-law's attitude suddenly changed. She started becoming cold to her daughter-in-law. One day the husband was about to apply lotion to his pregnant wife's belly. The mother-in-law barged in, dragged her son out without question, and insisted they sleep in separate rooms. The husband thought she was joking, but she was deadly serious. Even though the daughter-in-law was in her late pregnancy and suffering from severe morning sickness, she received no sympathy. The mother-in-law coldly said, "Every pregnant woman goes through this. Let her endure it herself. Anyway, her son must leave the room." Soon the daughter-in-law went into labor, but she slipped and fell. Neighbors rushed in to help, urging the mother-in-law to call an ambulance, but she said the dog was about to give birth, and told the daughter-in-law to call herself. Watching the cold back of the mother-in-law, even the neighbors were heartbroken. Just then, the husband arrived. Learning his mother had prioritized walking the dog over his sick wife, he angrily questioned how she could be so heartless, but right now he had to take his wife to the hospital. He told his mother to pack up and go home, while he drove his wife to the hospital himself, but the mother-in-law said she was busy, and walked away. Fortunately, the baby was safely born. When they returned home, they saw postpartum meals on the table. The daughter-in-law finally felt some relief. Thinking the mother-in-law still had some conscience, she even made fish soup to help her with lactation. Just as she was about to drink it, the mother-in-law snatched it away again, saying the soup was for the dog. Then the husband came out after settling the baby. He couldn't believe that during his wife's 2-week hospital stay, his mother never once visited. They tried to excuse her age, but never expected she would rather stay home caring for a dog than see her daughter-in-law and grandson. When her son confronted her, the mother gave no explanation, just sat down to eat, then told them to move out, saying the baby was too noisy and affecting her rest. Facing such a cold mother, the couple packed their things and left to rent a house. The mother-in-law watched them go, heart aching, but she never stopped them. 10 years later, the woman took her son for a checkup, and unexpectedly saw the mother-in-law with a young boy. The child looked just like her, so she walked up and mocked her loudly, drawing attention from the crowd, then publicly humiliated the mother-in-law. The mother-in-law tried to leave with the boy, but the woman blocked her, and called her husband, telling him to come see his little brother. The husband rushed over, and was shocked to see a boy who looked exactly like his younger self. He immediately said he would never acknowledge this brother, and wanted a family meeting to hold his mother accountable. The woman even